Oh, why? What's up, my dudes? It's Demi, and it's Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2025, and I am back again this year giving you the most detailed guide to this festival. I'm gonna break this video down super simple for you to follow along so you do not miss a thing when you come to Festival of the Arts. First, we're gonna look at every single food booth, and I'm giving you honest reviews of every booth. Then we're gonna look at all of the entertainment and activities offered for the festival, and then the festival merchandise. If you do find this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already, and comment below what your favorite Epcot festival is, because this one is mine. Now, let's get into it. Let's do Festival of the Arts 2025, and let's go get into some hijinks. Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2025 runs through February 24th and is included in your regular Epcot park ticket. Make sure to pick up your festival passport as you enter the park. This passport is your guide to the festival. Not only does it list all the entertainment and show times, but every single festival booth menu. And in the very back of the festival is the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. Every Epcot festival has a food crawl. The food crawl for this festival are colorful foods. You have to buy 5 items and then you get a free prize. You do not have to buy 5 different items. You can literally buy the same item 5 times. You do not have to do this in one day. You just need 5 stamps in this book, and then you get to redeem your prize, and I will show you that a little later in the video. But now let's check out all the food booths for Festival of the Arts. We are starting off our food journey at a brand new booth right next to the Encanto stage by Communicore Hall. We have Opening Bite. Here they are serving a soft shell crab slider, cheddar and chive scone, and enchanted rose, and we're getting all 3 items, plus here are the drinks that they are offering. Here is our haul from Opening Bites. First up is the soft shell crab slider with green papaya slaw and mango ketchup on a toasted brioche. Next is the cheddar and chive scone with smoked salmon salad topped with creme fraiche and caviar. And finally, we have the enchanted rose, milk chocolate rose with raspberry and rose center. I'm not gonna lie, these are kind of freaking me out, and I eat crab all the time, so I don't know why it is, but it's just because it looks like a full-on crab. Surprisingly, this is not bad. I'm actually really enjoying the crab flavor. There's a little bit of a kick too, which is surprising. You don't really find much of a kick in festival food or Disney food in general. I really like the tangy coleslaw. And the bun is just like a good bun. It's not soggy or anything. Honestly, I thought I was super skeptical of this and turned out to be pretty good. It's definitely very fried. I wish it was a little less. I feel like it takes away from the actual crab, but still tasty if you are a crab fan. Okay, there's 2 biscuits. we're gonna go for it. Those biscuits are so big. They're so like unnecessarily big. I think I would do like spread it out and do half and half and maybe share it. The way I did it was not the right move. But I will say the salmon is very tasty with the cream. It very much tastes like, you know, the same salmon with the cream sauce with the dill that we'll find usually sometimes in France for other festivals, or yeah, France was for holidays this past year and a few other times. So it's very tasty. It's just, I'm not really getting any of the cheddar biscuit part because this is very overwhelming. And you saw I took a bunch of the cheddar biscuit. So if you're into smoked salmon, you will enjoy this, but it's not like amazing. So here is the inside of the rose. It reminds me of the rose over in Hollywood Studios or the rose over at Amorette's in Disney Springs, but does it taste as good as those? It definitely looks a lot like the one from Hollywood Studios, which by the way is in my top 15 most unique snacks at Hollywood Studios video. I'll link it here and put it in the description box below. That is really good. It's definitely a little bit different than the one at Studios, but I really like this like jelly, like it's almost like how you can get cranberry in a jar, that kind of texture, but with that raspberry flavor. And then obviously raspberry and chocolate is so good together, so you get this lovely little mousse. Very tasty. You get a little texture from the little cookie at the bottom. Cookie is a little dry, but really it's not that big of a deal because this is the start. This is very good. I would get this again. Next up, we came down the bridge in front of the Odyssey to the other new booth this festival, Fictional Victuals. And here is the entire booth's menu. First, we have the butterscotch milkshake with chocolate ganache. It's non-alcoholic. Next, we have the squid ink pasta with lump crab, truffle cream, and shaved truffle. Next, we have the charred octopus with crushed fingerling potatoes, Kalamata olives, capers, and romesco sauce. And finally, the black cocoa brownie with ube ice cream and sponge cake. Okay, I love squid ink pasta, so I'm hoping this is good. It's not bad. You're really mostly just getting the cream and cheese sauce, which is very, very tasty. And I love the little like crunchy breadcrumbs that you get with like the crunch, and gives it like a lot of lovely texture. Honestly, it just tastes like regular linguine, or really honestly, it doesn't taste like anything because it just tastes like just texture to then just grab all that cheese sauce. So it's pretty good. It's like, if you're a big cheese sauce fan, you'll absolutely like this. I think if you want to like be a little, you know, adventurous and try squidding pasta, something you haven't tried yet, this would definitely be the first version of it to try, because you really aren't getting like any kind of crazy flavor with it. Maybe you're getting a little bit of a hint of like the squid taste. Maybe I'm tasting it a little bit, but really that cheese sauce is so overwhelming, but it's very, very tasty. All right, let's try this octopus. Oh, that is not good. Listen, I love octopus. That was not good. I had to spit it out, and I never spit out food. It was so tough. It was so tough. It just tasted terrible. I'm very picky about like the seafood options at festival booths. I just, that kind of is the reason why. Definitely don't recommend that. I'll try the potato. It's fine, it's a potato. This is something I would never return to. Okay, will this redeem that horrible, oh, that was a hard piece to cut off. Octopus, I finished my thought, there we go. Oh my God. What's going on with this booth? This is literally like, look at that. Look how dense, hard as a rock. Not good, not good. And then the flavor is fine. It's just like a very chocolatey flavor. The ube ice cream is nice with this cake, but this is just very chewy, very hard, not very tasty at all. That's delicious. That's the best part. But wow, no, not a big fan of this booth, except, I mean, I did like the cheese and the pasta, but these last two dishes have not been great. But we still have to try this butterscotch milkshake. All right, if you like butterscotch, you're gonna love this. But the thing is, it's so sweet. It is so much butterscotch. Like, it's literally just like, if they took a butterscotch candy and melted it and made it like a liquid, that's exactly what you're drinking. It's very butterscotchy. I wish it was a little less sweet. Not for me, maybe you would like it. If you do try this, tell me what you thought of it, but I think it's just too much butterscotch personally. Heading over to the right to the Mexico booth, because they have a brand new menu this year and we're getting the whole thing. Here is the full menu from the Mexico booth. My dudes, if you are enjoying all of these reviews, make sure to check out the Patreon, where you can support this channel so you can continue getting these honest reviews. You not only support the channel, but you get benefits like a free dining guide to Walt Disney World by Disney for Foodies, exclusive videos, lives, and help with trip planning. So first up, we have the two margaritas. The one on the left is the Florita margarita, which is orange liqueur and grapefruit soda. And on the right is the Strawberry Fields margarita with mezcal strawberry puree. Next, we have the carne asada with chili sauce and queso fresco. Next, we have the croqueta chipotle chicken and chorizo croquette and chipotle salsa with chipotle aioli and avocado mousse. And finally, we have the natilla de mayas. I apologize if I said that wrong, but it is a creamy corn custard with caramelized sugar. Okay, we're starting with dessert, because why not? This looks so interesting. It has like little popcorn on here. That's so weird. I love it. I don't really like the popcorn because it's like getting stuck in my teeth, but this literally like tastes like corn mousse, which is so bizarre. But like, I like it for some reason, because the corn it's a nice corn flavor, and the mousse is cold and it's just nice and fluffy. Again, the popcorn's like really getting stuck in my teeth. It's too like chewy. But it's like one of the more unique things I've ever had at an Epcot festival, like ever. Like, I've been doing this 4.5 years, you guys, covering every festival. This is very unique. I would just give this a try just to be like, what is this? Okay, that's where we're at with this one. Okay, let's try out this carne asada. That's over $10. Why is this so expensive? Expensive for a tough piece of meat, a tough and salty piece of meat. That is terrible. I hate using that word in these reviews, but really, like, for over $10, this meat is so ridiculously salty and so tough. I can't even, it's like, won't go down. That makes me sad. That makes me upset. I was really hoping for something that's over $10 for this festival to be better. This is not it. I would not return to this. What is this? That tastes good. Also very salty, but at least it's like this cheesy thing. But you can't, just to get this little cheesy thing for this whole thing for $10 is not worth it. I'm sorry, I will not return to this item. Oh yeah, it was like a mini arepa. Yeah. Okay, that was good, but if it's $10 for tough salty meat, I'm not buying it again. Let's take a margarita break, wash down the salt. This is the Florida. Can you come here? Yeah. Jesse, I need you to try this. I don't know if it's me because there's like a bunch of salt in my mouth, but I need a second opinion.
I liked this earlier, hold on.
I think it's because of the salt in my mouth.
I mean, I'm sure your salt makes this a lot saltier. For me, delicious, and I'm not a margarita drinker. I think it has the perfect amount of citrus and the perfect amount of salt.
I thank you for doing that because like I truly was like something tastes off. All right.
Put some water in between.
Yeah, I thought a margarita would be the palate cleanser. Clearly it can't be.
Do the other margarita.
Okay, let's try this one. Maybe this will be better. Yeah, that's really good. And that mezcal is so smoky. And you just get this like, oh, this really nice, just watermelon-y kind of flavor. Not watermelon-y, strawberry flavor. It's so good, so like potent. And honestly, I'm not normally a fan of like the pre-mixed margaritas here, but this isn't bad. I think if you want like a better margarita, go inside the Pyramid to La Cava, but this is pretty good. They're expensive though. What was this, like $17? $15.50 for this. That's a lot.
The other one was $16.50.
The other one was $16.50. That's a lot. I don't think they're worth it for that kind of money, but it's that one I would choose over the Florida one. And then here is the inside of our last little dish, the croqueta. Wow, that's real heat. That's real heat. If you are not good with heat, you will not enjoy this. That's pretty good. That's like one of the spicy things I've ever eaten at a Epcot festival, or maybe Epcot in general. You definitely get that potato-y taste first. A little bit salty, but pretty good. And you got the meat is nice and tender. This is, if you're gonna get anything from this booth, that would be the corn cake and this, but only if you can handle your heat. This is pretty good. Next, over at the Odyssey building, Figment's Inspiration Station is back. They really make it so beautiful in here. Figment is animated all over the wall. I just noticed that they don't have the original Figment on top this year. But this is not just a lovely little space. This is a festival booth and where you can pick up this year's Figment popcorn bucket. And here is this year's Figment popcorn bucket. It's so cute, and you can actually mobile order it, and you can mobile order it before the park even opens, and then it will give you an arrival time. I highly recommend doing that before you even step foot into the park. And here is the menu for this year. It's much smaller than last year and the year before. The rainbow cake with the freeze-dried Skittles are back, and then we have a new Pop Art Pop-Tart. This year it's raspberry filling. Here is the inside. Let's give it a try. Oh dang, that's good. I was not expecting that to be good. There's like a cream cheesy filling in here too, so it's making it a little more like vanilla-y, but then you get that really nice raspberry. It's not like where it's like so sugary sweet, it's unbearable. It's a nice raspberry filling, and the pastry is really perfectly cooked. I love this so much. And this is not my type of treat, and this was really good. All right, I got a little bit of all of it. Same as the previous years, but really good. The cake is very not dry, the opposite word of dry, that M word that everybody hates. It's like very just plain vanilla, but then when you get that freeze-dried Skittle, it just kind of like takes over whatever Skittle flavor you got, and it's like a nice like hollow crunch. It doesn't get like stuck in your teeth. It's definitely on more of like the sweeter side. It's gonna be less sweet if you don't eat the freeze-dried Skittles with it, but it's a very pretty treat and it's very tasty. Walking back up towards Creation, the Deconstructed Dish is back with two familiar items. The Deconstructed BLT, which is pork belly and soft poached egg with tomato jam. It's delicious. Like if you're looking to get breakfast and festival food, that is the one to get, like a brunch at 11 o'clock. It's very, very good. And the Deconstructed Key Lime Pie with the key lime mousse and the graham crackers and meringues. It's, you know, it literally is just like key lime pie, very soft. If you like the key lime flavor, you will definitely like this. And they brought back that Deconstructed Strawberry Mint Julep. Made it over to Connections Cafe, AKA Starbucks, because they have a festival item this year. You can get the Figment Ube Liege Waffle. It's supposed to have a filling of ube this year, so let's open it up. Here is the inside. Let's give it a try. There's a lot of crystallized sugar on here. It's a pretty decent flavor, but the ube is very light. If you actually are into ube, over at Everglades in Disney Springs, they make a really good ube donut, but it's not bad. It's just like very like crystallized, sugary, tasty, crunchy kind of feeling, but very pretty. Next up on the pathway to World Showcase, right in front of the Imagination Pavilion, is the Craftsman Courtyard. So interesting to note that the bone marrow has moved from Canada to here this year. I've gotten the bone marrow a few times and it's very inconsistent. Sometimes you barely get anything inside the actual bone. So honestly, I just don't feel like the value is worth it. But we did get the new Beef Wellington inspired croissant supreme with cream spinach, croissant pinwheel, mushrooms, gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds. Looks incredible. Here is the inside. Let's give it a try. Okay, there are some good flavors in here. Definitely that mustard is like the most potent. The meat itself is kind of like okay. It's nothing really, oh my gosh, like you need to get this meat, but it's not bad either. The croissant is very soggy. It's not really the best flavor. I do like the sauce that they're using. It's definitely mostly because of that mustard in there. The meat's just a little bit tough. I wish it wasn't so tough. Otherwise, I think I would have liked this a lot more. I don't know, I don't like hate this at all. I feel like maybe I would give it a try another time to see if it is better, but it's maybe something to consider, but maybe not like the first thing to go for. Walking down the path and across from the bathrooms, we have one of the most popular booths and probably my favorite booth every year, Pop Eats. It is not Festival of the Arts without getting some Pop Eats. This is the regular grilled cheese. I always like to do some quality control on it and to see the size. It's actually a pretty good size. I feel like they get smaller and smaller though as the festival goes on. Back again this year is also the pimento grilled cheese. It is not one of my personal favorites. It could just be a preference for me. I think that it's a little bit too like vegetable-y kind of tasting. The pimento is nice, but it's just kind of too much, and I'm personally not a fan of it, but a lot of people will, especially if you like pimento. I wish they would bring back the French onion one from 2021. And back again this year is the Blue Spectrum. It's Blanc de Bleu Mousse. Sorry if I said that wrong, with boba pearls, but it basically tastes like a blueberry sparkling wine. It's very tasty. Okay, I am praying I do not get any tomato on my shirt. Thank goodness. I feel like as the years have gone on, it hasn't been as what I remembered it to be when I first had it. And I feel like it is now back to the standard of the original booth from 2021. Or was there one before that? Well, for me, it was 2021. So you can look that up if it was here before then, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. And it's just super cheesy. It's super buttery. The bread isn't dried out. The soup has great flavor and it has all that cream in there, so it gives it extra flavor. There's actually cheese in there. It's like not like they weren't skimpy on the cheese. Very tasty. And then you get to bring your little tin can home, and you could do what I do and turn it into a little planter. Next up is Swirled Showcase. This is the Imagination Cone. It is bubblegum flavored, but it looks like Figment. This is adorable. All right, here we go. Oh, why? That like tastes like Hubba Bubba. That is so bubblegummy. If you love the bubblegum flavor, you're loving this. Personally, I'm not a fan of this. I like the little rocks on the top, and they're like kind of like soury, but like together it is just like, it's a lot. I mean, this tastes like childhood, but it's just so much. It's just so much bubblegum. This would be so cute if it was not bubblegum flavored. Okay, and just like that, it melted, because that's what happens when you get ice cream, even when it's cooler out in Orlando. Next up is Deco Delights. Normally this has a lot of like fun, beautiful desserts, but they moved the almond frangipane cake here, the layered with raspberry jam and Belgian chocolate cake. It's fantastic flavors and I love it, but it's so weird that that's the only thing on this menu and a few drinks. But this is also the booth that you will redeem your wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. And here's the prize this year. We finally have a new prize this year. It's a rainbow Rice Krispie treat with Figment. I think this is much better because, oh, and it has cereal in it too. It's much better prize than just like that smoothie drink they used to do, because you had to drink it right then and there. This, like if you want to take it home, it's all packaged up and you can bring back a little of Epcot home. Want to quickly show you, next is Refreshment Port, and they do have a festival offering. They're serving a caprese poutine with Tuscan spice french fries, tomatoes, slivered garlic, mozzarella pearls, basil pesto, shaved pecorino, and balsamic glaze. Made it to Canada. New to the festival this year is the beet tartare. Canada had beets last year and it was such a tiny little portion and so much money for the tiny little portion, but this is a much bigger portion and much better looking. This is the beet tartare with golden beet egg yolk, mustard vinaigrette, pickled mustard seeds, pickled mushrooms, spiced pistachios, and a feta snow. And then they even give us a little bit of a toasted bread on the side. This is a glow up. I hope it tastes good. We got a little of everything. That is so good. I do like a beet a lot, but like this is very tasty. That little like mustard on top, this bread is nice and toasty. It all works really well. It's like some of it is kind of mashed, but then you get chunks of actual beet. So it's, whoop. So there's a lot of like nice texture. And what's fun is it really does look like beef tartare, which I have actually had when I went to Paris. But this, honestly, I'd rather have this any day. This is very delicious. It's nice and cold, very fresh. I saw them like making everything by hand, putting everything very intricately on here. Beautiful plating. Honestly, I highly recommend this, especially as an option for the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. Literally, I think I would get 5 of these at this point. Very good. And they're also serving the wild mushroom risotto. Made it to France. Here is the new item at the France booth this year, the escargot en chocolat. So don't worry, it's not real escargot, it's just chocolate. It's chocolate mousse, flourless cake, citrus coulis, almond chocolate coating, and a dark chocolate decoration. Here's the inside. This looks so good. Okay, I'm hyped for this. That is so stinking good. That's like criminally good. It is so delicate on the inside, and you get this beautiful crunch of that hazelnut flavor there, and the inside is just so silky smooth, and the cake is nice and fluffy. There's a flavor in there that is unbelievable. It is that citrus coulis, yeah, that citrusy flavor. That is fantastic. This is one of the best things I've ever eaten at a Epcot festival. This is so good. This is delicious. Absolutely recommend. And back again this year is the creme de brie, which is the brie in the bread bowl. It's exactly what it sounds like, and it's great because it's cheese and bread, which is the greatest things on earth. In between Morocco and France is the Vibrante and Vivido Encanto booth, and the entire menu is the same except for the new smoothie. Back again this year is the chorizo and potato empanada. It is the incorrect country's empanada, but I will say it is a very tasty one. Really good meat flavor, and it's a nice crispy pastry. And back this year after a year hiatus is the spicy soup with guajillo and chili, spiced chicken, potato, avocado, corn, and creme fraiche. Actually has a nice little kick to it. Pretty good flavors, something different and to consider while you're here. And the passion fruit filled mango cheesecake, very good flavors. You're definitely getting that passion fruit and the mango, mostly the mango flavor, but it's a nice smooth cheesecake. Very basic, but very good. My friend got the drink, so we're just going to steal hers to try it. It actually looks really good. It's nice and frozen. Oh, I love that. That is so good. It's nice and frozen, a nice like berry flavor to it. Wow, I would get this like, if I wasn't doing all these food reviews, I would get my own and have it. It's really tasty. I'm gonna take one more sip because it was that good. Made it to Morocco. The Tangerine Cafe is serving up some festival food. We have a brand new dessert that we're gonna try. But back again this year is that stone-baked Moroccan bread with the dipping sauces. Pretty good, the sauces are fun. And the grilled kebabs. Here is the new dessert from Tangerine Cafe. This is the avocado coconut custard tart with pomegranate cream and henna-inspired Genie Veil. I don't know if I said that right, but it looks very interesting. Here's the inside. I am so intrigued by this. Okay, here we go. I don't know how to feel. It's like sweet, but avocado. So I don't know. I need one more bite. It's like one of the most unique things I've ever eaten here. I don't necessarily know if I love it, but it's not bad at all. It is just like if you sweetened an avocado, which I don't know if I'm really into. Like it's fine, but it's also like, it feels something's like wrong, but even though it's not, nothing's wrong, it's fine. I think you should try it based off the fact that it is super unique, but you may not like this. You may love it. If you get this, I'd love to know what you think of this in the comments because I love trying the fun, unique things at the festival. Made it to Japan to the Goshiki Kitchen. There are 2 new menu items, but new to the festival booth this year is one, the taiyaki, which is the crisp flaky fish-shaped pastry with the sweet red bean served with whipped topping and blueberry boba. And the Wagyu bun, it's a steamed bun filled with American Wagyu beef served with Japanese mustard and violet shiso sauce. Real quick, if you can't tell by my glasses, the cast member at the booth was like, have you been to Tokyo Disney? And I was like, yeah, I was there for the opening of Fantasy Springs last year in Tokyo Disney Sea. And I love Japan, and I ate a lot of these there, and I'm really excited to have this, and I'd love to go back. And I will link my Japan playlist for you here. We went to Universal Japan and Tokyo Disneyland, Tokyo Disney Sea. There's a lot of fun in there, and I'd love to go back. Definitely something to consider for a trip one day, but let's try this out. Definitely on the less sweet side, and you can actually like taste the bean. So this is more of like a savory kind of one, but like then you get the sweetness here. The pastry is pretty good. It's very nice and crispy here. It's very soft here. This is not for everyone, I will say. This is gonna be a little weird for some people that aren't used to this, but it's not bad. Not the best one I've had. I prefer it to be a little bit more sweeter in the middle, but pretty good. Now let's try out this bun. Here's the inside. Let's give it a try. Wow, that's good. That is a very flavorful bun right there. Like natural smoky and saltiness to it. Very tender, really good. Let me try it with this like sauce. Not that they really gave you much. It adds a little, but because there's such a little sauce, like I'm not really sure. I don't want to like give it a fair review because honestly it's just not enough, but maybe this other sauce. Oh, it's like that mustard. Oh, that's so good. I wish they gave more sauce because I feel like it would be really good, but honestly the meat stands on its own. This is a very good bun, and I'm pretty happy with the Japan booth this year. Okay everybody, it's time to play my favorite festival game. We're about to enter America, and here is the funnel cake stand. How much will the festival funnel cake cost this time? I'm gonna guess, oh I got too close, $12 for the funnel cake this year. Oy, 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 oy. That is crazy. Let me know in the comments if you would get this for $12. I will never get the funnel cakes again. They are so overpriced, and I cannot just say I would get this because I just can't. A funnel cake should not be $12. So I'm in America. This is a first that the Christmas tree is still up on the first day of Festival of the Arts. There is also holiday decor at the entrance. There's more holiday decor. What is happening? What's happening, Disney? This is very strange. But anyway, here we are at the artist table, the America booth. Back again this year is the hummingbird cake, banana and pecan dipped in cream cheese icing, caramel, and warm pineapple compote. It is so good. The flavors are so delicate. I really love that pineapple that you get and the banana together. It is like so yummy. It's not too sweet. It's a great little sweet treat that's not overly sweet. Here is our haul from America, the two new items. We have first the deviled egg trio, pimento cheese, green goddess, and a BLT, and a chicken pot pie in quotations with smoked cheddar, Monterey sauce, roasted vegetable, pickled mushrooms, wasabi peas, and sherry chicken jus, served on an open flaky pie crust. Let's dig in. Okay, first up, the BLT. I don't like that egg. It's like, feels like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like overboiled or underboiled and just sitting out for too long. Not a good, but the filling tastes pretty good. Like it's very creamy. And then the bacon is just a piece of bacon. So it's the least like interesting one. Let's try the middle one. Okay. That was green goddess. It's very like an earthy flavor. It's not bad. Don't particularly love it too much. It's a very lingering, earthy, greeny taste. So don't love that, but it's not like too awful. And then finally, pimento. That one's good. That cheese goes so well with the nice softness of the inside of the egg, but that egg again is just really not the best. But it's not like the worst dish. Maybe I got like a bad version of it. Maybe this is worth a try. I wouldn't like run back to it though. It doesn't taste like a normal deviled egg at the same time. I'm not really sure why either, but it's just like the texture of the egg is very funny, but that pimento one was very good. Okay, let's try this pot pie. I don't know how to feel. This is very weird. The sauce is like really bizarre. I don't really understand why, and I truly think it's because this like bread, if you saw it, like just kind of like broke really easily instead of being like a nice, more like a pita. It's not really. It's like it's a very weird texture. That doesn't help. And then just like the sauce is just, I don't know. It's not like bad at all, but it's just like a little off. It feels a little off somehow. I don't know if it's because I think it just has to do with the bread. I think this was actual like sauce, like in a real pot pie, it wouldn't be too bad. I think the chicken is pretty good, honestly. I think it's actually seasoned very well, but something is just really funny about it. It could just be like me with the texture of this bread, but I think it really plays a big part into why I'm not loving it. I feel like the chicken on its own is very good, but altogether I'm not the biggest fan, but I would maybe give this a try to see if like this is something you would enjoy, and if you do get it, let me know in the comments what you think of it.
Actually, it's okay.
No.
I mean,
The crust is weird, that sauce, no, I don't know what that is, but shut it down.
Thank you for your reaction, because I thought I was going crazy.
No,
I feel very validated. Thank you. Made it to Italy, and if you know this channel, you know what I'm about to say. Italy is a constant disappointment. Not the country. The country is wonderful. These booths, they're always overpriced, frozen things that just don't taste very good. But surprise, we're actually going to try something from this menu this year. Every once in a while, I do have to get something from Italy to remind us all why we should always skip it. But here is the menu. You have the mozzarella fritter, tricolor ravioli, and a hazelnut s'more cannoli. So here are the two new items from Italy, which are the ravioli and the cannoli, or if it's one, it's cannolo. All right, let's first try out the pesto. Certainly tastes like a frozen ravioli with pesto on it. I don't hate it, but like it's essentially what it tastes like. It's not a good ravioli. Very hard. And then I think this is the pomodoro cream. The best part is all the little leafies on top, giving it some flavor. Otherwise, it's very basic, not really my favorite. And finally, I think this is just the normal cheese. I mean, I'm sure that's sauce right out of a can. There's like hardly any seasoning in this. Really bland, not great pasta. So far, Italy's meeting its expectations of being disappointing. All right, I kind of broke the cannoli, but whatever. I actually like the filling. Kind of reminds me of like hot chocolate. Oh no, now it's chalky. Oh, I take that back instantly. That chalky aftertaste. Nope. It's the hazelnut, but it's not good hazelnut. It's like chalky. That is not good. Okay, so I think we've learned our lesson once again. And again, I will do this every few years, every few festivals, not every few years. We do it at least maybe once a year, maybe every fourth festival we will attempt Italy again, maybe, but this is why we skip it mostly. So don't expect to see Italy unless there's something totally wild and new in Flower and Gardens video, which will be out March 6th, and Food and Wine, whenever that will be the day after that, the first day, okay? Because Italy is, I mean, come on, what's happening here? I wish I was recording it, but when they tried the cannoli.
You gonna try it again?
No, because they had the same like, okay.
yeah, it's like a weird thing that bites you in the back of the throat.
It really is chalky. Like
At first you're like, oh, so creamy and delicious.
it tastes like chocolate pudding to me, but with chalk at the end.
It's so bad. So bad.
And then you swallow it and it's like...
Yeah. I'm glad, I feel so validated. See, I just needed, you needed to see a little extra proof of that. I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to like be a negative person here. I'm really just trying to be as truthful as possible. And that is the truth of the Italy booth. Made it over to Germany to the Pastoral Palette. Back again this year is one of the best desserts you can get at the festival, the Black Forest cake. It is pure, beautiful chocolate with cherries, and together it's just the best chocolate cherry flavor. Highly recommend. They're also serving a red wine braised beef short rib and a pork white bean cassoulet. Refreshment Outpost does have festival offering. They have that Artist Palette Jumbo chocolate chip cookie, just a chocolate chip cookie, and then they have a soft serve in a cone with Dole Whip pineapple and salted caramel or swirl. And finally, we are in China at the Painted Panda. Here is the menu. Now here's the thing about China every year. It's always so expensive for something that should never be so expensive. So here's what you should do instead of getting any of this food, because in principle, I just can't do it. It's not right. But if you look on the bottom, one of the best drinks is the Silk River Hard Lemonade with vodka, lavender coconut syrup, and lemonade. It's $14, but first of all, it's beautiful. And it is so tasty. That lemonade with the lavender taste is just phenomenal. Highly recommend if you're gonna do anything here, that's the one to get. The Joffreys booths also have some fun options for Festival of the Arts. First up is the Joffreys by Disney Traders. Their festival treat is the Color Craze Latte and Donut. Okay, wait, this is very weird. Over in Joffreys in America, it's the same one. Usually all the Joffreys has different drinks. We'll have to check Canada and over by Guardians. This is so weird. Canada Joffreys, same thing. They're not different this year. They apparently all have the same drink. And Guardians Joffreys, it's the same one. How bizarre. Now let's check out all of the activities and entertainment offered for Festival of the Arts. First up, this year is a very special year. We are celebrating 30 years of Disney on Broadway. So for this year, for this festival, Communicore Hall has turned into Once Upon a Stage, where you can get a glimpse of some props and costumes of Disney on Broadway shows like The Lion King with all of their incredible puppets. One of the greatest shows ever. I got to actually see it for the first time when Broadway reopened after the shutdowns. I just never saw it, and I literally work in theater, and I've never been so moved in my life. It is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. And you can see some costumes from Aladdin on Broadway, which I did a full backstage tour of Aladdin on Broadway. I will link that video for you here and put it in the description box below. It is a beautiful show, and I give you a lot of fun backstage details, and I bring my friend who is a fellow stage manager with me so that we both can really geek out and show you a bunch of cool things you wouldn't even know to look at. And what's so cool is at the Museum of Broadway, they're also doing a very similar exhibit. This is actually a little bit bigger, but this photo op is there as well. They also have the Rose from Beauty and the Beast, which is actually going back on tour for the first time in years. I got to hold the Simba puppet. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. This Lion King photo op is also at the Museum of Broadway. We have Aladdin and Genie's costume. The Little Mermaid, which I cannot believe has been 15 years since it premiered on Broadway. Mufasa, Jack Kelly from Newsies, Mary Poppins, and Anna and Elsa. Oh, and one of the more newer Disney on Broadway, but yet to be on Broadway, going to London first, is Hercules. They even have some set models. This is the Cherry Tree Lane set from Mary Poppins on Broadway. Oh my God, this is bringing me back to 2007. Anna and Elsa's bedroom from Frozen on Broadway. The Newsies set, oh, I love this show. They even have the Newsies printing press with Catherine's costume. What an amazing way to celebrate 30 years of Disney on Broadway. Next up, on the middle bridge on your way to World Showcase, you have the chalk art. Every day a chalk artist comes and creates new incredible chalk art, and sometimes you can even catch them drawing it. Isn't that just beautiful? Look, we even got some Ant-Man over in Disney World. Girl with the pearl earring, Figment painting, Epcot. You guys, she's literally drawing as we speak Mona Lisa's smile. I'm never getting over this. And then over on the right side, you have the kids' chalk art, where kids can do chalk art all over Epcot's ground. Our next activity are the Artful Photo Ops, where you get to step inside a painting. So first we have Mary Poppins, and actually there's a PhotoPass photographer here. And right next to it, you have a Sleeping Beauty photo op. This is all on the bridge to World Showcase. And then over in Italy, back again this year, you have the Scream, and next to it is the Mona Lisa. Over in America, you have George Washington crossing the Delaware, and there's this Moana one in front of Communicore Hall, and this is new. Our next activity is Figment's Brush with the Masters. Each festival, there is a scavenger hunt. You go to one of the locations where you can pick up a map, which is here at Gateway Gifts, Disney Traders, and the International Gateway Store. And after you buy your map, you go all around World Showcase to find Figment in all these famous photos. Once you place the stickers on the correct spot, you go back to one of those locations and you get your prize. Here is the prize this year. They're stencils. You get to choose one, Figment, Minnie, or Mickey. Very cool prize. One of my favorite activities is back at the festival this year in a terrible location. This is on the bridge, like there's Pop Eats there, Craftsman Courtyard is behind me. But it's the paint by numbers, and I'm so sad. I was so busy with all the food reviews. I missed it because it's only open from 11 to 5, but it's incredible. You get to get a paint color. They assigned you a number, and then get to paint 5 squares of your number. And because it's in a walkway, it's so hard to see at all or film, and I feel like I'm in everybody's way, but it's gonna take a few days to complete. I can kind of make out the monorail. They give you a picture at the end of when you're done painting to see what it will eventually look like, and they change out every time they're done being painted. This is so fun. So this is new this year. You can meet some of the characters with an art design. This wasn't even advertised, I don't think, and this is such a great addition to the festival. Our next activity is, well, the art at Festival of the Arts. Throughout the entire park, you will find these beautiful works of art in these booths that you can take a look at, and you can even purchase. Some offer full-on posters and small canvases, and you can check online on the Disney website to see when the artists will be at their booth, and if you buy their artwork, they'll sign it for you. Over at the American Gardens Theater, twice a day, just check the times right now, it's 12:30 and 1:30. You can do the Animation Academy, where someone will teach you how to draw an animated character live, and you can make it and draw it. They do this over at Rafiki's Planet Watch during the regular times of the year, but it's so fun that they add this for the festival. And then at the theater, 3 times a night, right now it's 5:30, 5:45, and 8. Just check the times when you are here. The Disney on Broadway concert series is here, where you will find different Disney on Broadway stars sing some of your favorite Disney on Broadway tunes. So once it gets dark, there's a new Spaceship Earth and World Celebration show with Figment with one little spark. So far it's happened twice tonight. There's no specific time for it, but it's so nice if you catch it. You can also find the Rainbow Connection Spaceship Earth show back again this year, and it should be here every year because it's the Muppets, and they're the greatest of all time. Now let's head into the Creation Shop to see all the festival merch and prices. Figment Loungefly, $89.99. Figment Lug Bag, $90. Another Figment Lug Bag, $90. Figment Pin, $19.99. Another Figment Pin, $22.99. Another Figment Pin that spins, $22.99. Another Figment Pin, $29.99. Pass Holder Pin, $19.99. Figment Ears, $44.99. Figment Mug, $24.99. Figment Water Bottle, $24.99. Figment Tumbler, $34.99. Festival Spirit Jersey, $79.99. We have a t-shirt. Here is the back, $34.99. Ornament, $19.99. Festival Hat, $29.99. Pass Holder Notebook, $27.99. And Pass Holder t-shirt, $34.99. Well, my dudes, that was Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2025. I love this festival. It's my favorite one. I am so sad it's like even shorter this year. I don't understand, but like I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, Disney, you need to make this festival longer. There's more to do than any festival. The food was great. Obviously, we had some misses, but I think that chocolate escargot in France was unbelievable. We had like very unique items like that avocado tart in Morocco. Pop Eats was great this year. Like, honestly, it's just like hurting me that it's just not everybody gets to enjoy this festival when it's clearly the best one and everyone thinks so. It was so packed here today. More and more people are coming to this festival because they know it is and just needs to be longer. Anyway, now I'm done standing on my soapbox. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite part about Festival of the Arts? Is this your favorite festival? What treats do you want to try most? What do you want to try the least? Have you tried any of them in the past? What did you think of it then? Are you coming to the festival? Let me know all of it in the comments below. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Follow me on Instagram at Magical Hijinx. Check out the Patreon. If you liked all of these dining reviews, please consider joining Patreon. It not only helps me continue bringing you great content like this to this channel, you also get great perks like a free dining guide to Walt Disney World, access to our Discord to chat with me and our Patreon community, help with trip planning, exclusive videos, exclusive lives, and again, everything goes right back into the channel. If you don't want to support Patreon and you want to keep supporting this channel, just keep watching all of my videos, even if it's maybe something that you're not interested in. It really helps. Giving a thumbs up, commenting below, it really makes a huge difference. And of course, subscribe if you have not already. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching again tonight. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys get into some hijinks very, very soon. Bye-bye.